very ferocious fighters during all this thing, like it is in Mahabharata. So friends, let us start, and I have to finish by 2, then I have to packing and then leaving, etc. etc.
The flight is what time, Swamiji?
4.
4. So 3 o'clock you'll be at the airport with everyone.
1 hour.
2 o'clock will be good.
It's a 5 o'clock.
You got to leave. You leave 2:30.
Yeah.
2:30.
Security also.
Yeah,
Yeah, standard security.
2:30 will be perfect.
It's better to be there a little early than
That's my plan.
And in the Ramakrishna Mission tradition is there, some of the Swamis, if the train was at 4 o'clock in the evening, in the afternoon, they'll be going at about 10 o'clock. They do not know.
Swami Vivekananda used
Yes,
to
yes,
go
yes. Vivekanandaji used to go.
Smart.
And about the Indian railways, they always say
Indian time.
that you cannot say what will happen.
cannot say.
One person came running and he saw that his train is moving out. So he went to the station master and started shouting and complaining, "What is it? I came 5 minutes early and train has left." Which train? That train? Oh, that is what the yesterday train today did. Wait for the next, tomorrow it will come. So Indian railway timing, that's all joking. They're all good. This is the biggest, biggest organization, Indian Railways, unthinkable. So today and now we will be discussing about be blessed. So let us be happy. Let us feel we are blessed. How? So we have already discussed yesterday evening, we were discussing about the God, and also today we were searching about our true original identity, and then we ended up in the Atman. And what happens if we realize the Atman? What happens when we realize God? What we gain actually? And when you see at the Mahabharata, the same question was asked by the Bhishma. The Bhishma was crying. And Arjuna, seeing Bhishma crying, thought, the great warrior, a Kshatriya, and he is crying just fear of death. The Kshatriyas always, they love to. And so he was asking Krishna, how it is? The Bhishma is crying, is afraid of death. Krishna, why don't you go and ask him? Go and ask him. When Arjuna went and told Pitamaha, what is this that you were crying? Then Bhishma told, I could not understand. When the God is with you, Pandavas, all through, why so much a problem for you? I could not get any answer. So that's why unfathomable the God is. So I'm crying that I could not understand. I failed to understand God in this life. So this is very difficult to understand the God's way. When the God is with you, then also the trouble. Then what to do? What further will go to God? If you go to God, anyone who has gone to God, what happened? All they had to beg. So that's why in the Shiva, and also the Shankaracharya is mentioning in the Annapurna, you have given everyone the houses, comfortable life, and you have made me a beggar. Now I am your son. I am standing on the road and begging. The Lord Jesus, he also mentioned, even the birds are having the nest. A fox has a hole to hide his face and to lay on. But the Son of God has no place to take rest. So what is this? So that way always, now we have to think, and then very seriously, shall we go to God? Then these are the problems.
Life is not fair. Life is not fair.
Life will be very, very difficult then. If you go to God, then what will happen? So this is the question, and you call it $1,000,000 question. So if we go to God, the religious, the person, then what happened? Now, another incident that you can say, or the instance you can say, those two brothers, they were fishing and they were having a good life. The Jesus came, saw them and said, hey, give up your net and follow me. I will make you the catcher of people. And they followed, and what happened? They both had to die. When the Peter, he was saved because the whole area was burning. Peter was running away thinking that I will save my head. He was arrested by the Roman king, Nero. And when he was going away, suddenly the Jesus appeared before him and said, Quo vadis? Where you are going? And in Bengali they say, Ye nahi pot palabar. You cannot hide. This is not the path to hide. It will be, once you are caught up, then you are there. Swami Vivekananda could be so happy, His brother all the time lamented. If this old man, Sri Ramakrishna, didn't mesmerize him, so my brother would be a great leader or a great lawyer. And a very rich man offered him, you better go to London and finish your law degree and marry my daughter and enjoy that was the. And Sri Ramakrishna went to Mass Kali, the mother Kali, and praying, Mother, don't bind him, don't bind him. And when afterwards that boy didn't get any food. So realizing the God doesn't mean that I'm comfortable all the time. No. Swami Bhuteshanandaji was the president. And President, Ramakrishna Mission President means so many, the Swamis and the Brahmacharis, the assistant, then there's helping and these, then that, 24 hours. So at least 6 Swamis were there, monastics. And all the time, car is there waiting for him, wherever he likes to go. And wherever he goes, all the red carpet and all that. Then Bhuteshanandaji once told, don't think I got this from the beginning. So he had a way of talking. Don't think I got all these things from the beginning. And they gave lot many food. Today I was counting, almost 15, 16 the items it came.
I also counted how many monks gathered.
So many items. And then they gave him nearly 60 items before him. And he saw, when I was able to eat, nobody offered. Now I cannot eat. So they are giving, thinking for sure that I won't be able to take. So life is very, very tough. In the monastic life, realization of God is really very difficult. In America, you won't understand. The American Swamis, they're all free. They go, the American Brahmacharis are not that way strict as we in India. Very, very difficult life. And one person came, he was highly educated. And nowadays, slowly they are becoming, we can say, loose. In our time, it was so difficult. And before us, that was what? So, in the morning time, we used to get only 2 pieces of bread, and we used to call it transparent bread. Because you could see through the bread. So thin. And a special type of cutter they used to use to make 1 piece, again 2. So, will you believe we used to go and check the elderly Swami, very elderly Swami sitting. We were sure that he won't take this raw bread. So we used to go and sit by his side, Swamiji, how are you? And then when he get that, are you going to eat that? No, beta, this is all, no, I cannot digest, so you can give it to me. I will help you. So like that. Life was really very tough. And that type of bread and 1 cup of the tea. And Belurma tea means quantity of tea, quantity of milk, quantity of sugar, same. But if the number is increasing, water is only increasing. Otherwise, everything is same. You can understand, the more people we call it Bhandari Maharaj, he will come and count how many today, they will pour the water. The hot water they will pour, the tea is increasing. So that way the life is really very tough, really very tough. So what you get actually in the Bhagavad Gita, it says in the 18th chapter that 3 different type of joy, different type of life, different type of... So there is Sattva, Raja and Tama. And the Sattic joy, there the Lord is telling, in the beginning it is very bitter, very difficult. But in the end it is very sweet. And the Rajasic, in the beginning it is very sweet. In the end it is little bitter. And Tamasic, all through bitter. From the beginning to end. The Sattic, I went to visit the Cherrapunji. It's a beautiful place. Just like the picturesque, as they call it, like that. And I saw a green field, and over there is a school building, and the Swami is sitting over there. I liked it very much. But the friend that was with me, he was a communist, a strong one. No, don't go to the monks. They are all cheaters. They will say something, will do something, and then don't go over there. Let us go to the cement factory. I told, cement factory? Yeah. They are crashing the stones and making the cement. There, what we will do? We will go over here and see how they are converting the human being into a real... all the tribal people are coming, boys are coming. So let us go. So 50-50, I told, okay, let us first go, and then I will go along with you to the cement factory. So he went. The Swami, moment he saw me, offered me a chair. Hey, you come and sit here. And saw him and told, you better go and see around. And he gave another person, go and see around. And the Swami, see, I don't know how, he told, do you like coffee or tea? I think coffee, right? I told, yes, I like coffee. Then he said, Gokulananda will prepare the coffee for you, no? The Gokulananda was his name, so he had the habit of telling like that. So he prepared the coffee and he said, he was having the long beard and all. Then he told, what you are doing, roaming around here and there? Why don't you become the soldier of Swami Vivekananda? So many people are living for themselves. You live for Swamiji and dedicate your life. I felt these are the words I was waiting for. Immediately I said, can I stay here and become a monk? Yeah, why not? But very difficult. Shurashadhara Nishita Durattaya. Then I told, what you are telling, I don't understand, but it's the Sanskrit, so I don't understand, but I don't have any problem. I can stay. So my mother, my parents used to, I was enough, so I could stay over there. And my education was over, I was just, so that way I can stay here. But he said, no, you have to come afterwards, not immediately, etc., etc. After joining, he used to take me to the villages. And in the villages, it was so difficult, so cold. And night, we used to go and to show them the movies and all that. Then when returning back at about 2 o'clock in the night, and the early morning, and then still food, cold food, nothing is there. And somehow taking that, you go to bed almost like 3, 4 o'clock you will come and knock the door. Gokulanandaji. Hey, you are sleeping? You have become a monk? Now you have left your mother, your everyone, and now you are sleeping. And sleeping, I couldn't get the sleep at all. Just now I went to bed. And in our country there is no room heater and all. And you have to heat the blanket and the quilts with your own body heat. And then actually you have to warm them, then only you can get the warmth. So in 1 hour what will happen? It was not even the warmth. Like, no, get up. Then he will come and say, if you are not getting up, then your mother will cry, I will write to her. Your son has become a monk and then he is sleeping. I told exactly opposite. My mother will be so happy. At least my son is sleeping in the morning. So, like that. I am going on talking with him, lying down in the bed. Then he will go on knocking. He used to get up in the early morning. With 3 brahmacharis were there. And he told one every day, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the repetition. They have to get up at early morning, 6 o'clock, and then go and bathe, and then come and light the lamp and burn incense sticks. And then he realized, because we said, okay, the other 2 you are sleeping. So Monday his duty, the Tuesday he will be sleeping, the other one will go, like that. He realized afterwards, he told, no, all the 3 should come. And one will burn the incense stick, another will clean the photo, and so duty for all the 3. So in the beginning we used to feel, oh my God, it's very difficult. But one day I came back after marketing from Guwahati. Those who have idea, you can imagine, far away from Cherrapunji, and there was no food. That plate was there, and I saw there is no food for the driver. I have to share with that also. As a brahmachari, we could not eat food outside. Then next morning, Gokulanji called me without asking whether you got the food or could sleep or the what. He said, hey, why you have purchased this thing and so costly? You could go to that shop, it was he was going on telling like that. Then I decided, no, I should leave. This life is not for me. And they don't understand the difficulties. So when I was thinking, the first reaction, the moment you are angry, I won't take food. So that is the usual reaction. So though I cannot stay, I was thinking I won't take food, but after some time I was feeling hungry. But still, I was lying down, not going. The Gokulanji noticed, they called and gave the food. Next time he called me and he said, you are angry because you expected admiration from me, right? If I had said before others, so look at this boy, he's so hardy, he has worked so much, etc., etc., all the other things would have gone. You wanted my appreciation? For that you have become a monk? Don't. Appreciation from the God, and He never misses. Whatever you are doing, God is noticing. And you will surely get the blessings of God if you are truly working for God. And if you are doing it for me, the in-charge Swami, I may be happy, but God may not, I do not know. So work only for God. Whatever you do, only for God. And that will give you happiness. To be blessed means what? This understanding. Whatever I do, not to impress people, not to get the appreciation. And nowadays, our young Swamis, what is that called? Rating. The rating is going up. So in the YouTube, he is followed by 2,000, he is followed by... What nonsense. And sometimes one person is going on opening and then the rating is going over, all this. Why? No, one should not. The wrong conception. With 1,000 people or only 10 people, it doesn't matter at all. Are you satisfied? That is the thing. God, I have served you. And served you through the words. Because in America, it is only the lecture and meeting the people that way. And when a person is coming to me, and if you say that I don't have time, come such and such time and meet me, no, that is very wrong. Whoever comes at whatever time it may be, you have to go and see, because God has come to you. How do you know? So one must be very much alert, as I was telling, apramatta. Anytime, anyone can come as God. The other day I saw one American boy, young boy. He has come and he is lying down in our shrine, keeping the leg towards the Thakur. So I went and told the young man what you are doing. I am taking the energy, he said. Very good, you are taking the energy from whom? From God. And you know, all the energy and thought that comes from the head, not from the leg. If the leg gets an energy, then it will be difficult. Better you turn, keep your head towards God, and receive the energy, okay? Oh, you say, right, you're right. So he turned and then he was lying down. God is giving him energy. He is lying down. I didn't disturb him. And he became very happy. He has come in that way. He is getting the worship. And how can I say that you go away? So alertness I feel. I cannot quote others. Whatever I felt and I did, I am telling you. So how to realize God, we have understood. Two different ways, bhakti or jnana. Of course, karma and dhyana are associated. The work, unselfish work and meditations are associated. But path of bhakti is your emotion attached with the God. But in the beginning of the bhakti, you need a faith. God is there. I am going to talk to God. I am going to see God, that faith. In the path of knowledge, you do have the faith. Faith in the words of your Guru and the scripture. Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhi Avadharanam Sa Shraddha. In the Vivek Chudamani, this is who can realize who is having the Shraddha. And what is that Shraddha? Who is having the respect for the words of the Guru and the scripture. What the scripture is telling, there is Atman. What the Guru is telling, there is Atman, Brahman. I am Brahman, you can also become Brahman. So that faith. So in both, in the path of knowledge, in the path of devotion, faith is necessary. First, there is God. And second, effort. In the path of devotion, the effort is you have to develop devotion to that particular God whom you like. If it is Krishna, if it is Rama, if it is Shiva, if it is Durga, and different type of mantras are there, you are practicing that and all that. But the common thing is you have to go to someone, holy person, to time and again, now and then, so that you get the encouragement and get the understanding that you are on the right path. So Sri Ramakrishna suggested, go to holy people, in the company of the holy. And holy people, yesterday we were discussing, who can say, what is the holiness? Huh? Unselfishness and purity, yes. The purity means love and unselfishness. This is the purity.
Love and what?
Unselfishness. Complete. So this is the purity. You have to get pure. How? Because this is the holy man and he is inspiring you, talking to you. Slowly you are getting an understanding. Then you are also praying to God. There's someone, he noticed that one of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, in the midnight, he's crying in the jungle. There's the Dakshinesha, that the other side where Sri Ramakrishna practiced austerity, Panchavati, it was all jungle. Master Masha himself, he was crying loudly, oh God, why can I see you? Like that, he was crying and crying and crying whole night. No one can do it for you. You have to go and cry. After reading this, one American gentleman came to our ashrama and he told, please allow me to sit inside the shrine. I won't disturb the God, but I like to spend the whole night in the shrine. And what you are going to do? Then he looked at me, very private, I am going to cry. And very well-built gentleman, he is good. Like, okay, no problem. Next morning only he came up. A whole night he was there. Whole night. He's American. Being Indian, we are right from the birth, so many things are coming. But he was not doing anything. He read the gospel and felt the devotion He came and sat and he was going on praying. Whole night is not a matter of joke. And so determination. Then one day he told me, Swamiji, I am thinking that I will give up all work and only practice my spirituality. I told, he is my disciple, I told, if you listen to me, don't do that. If you give up the work, then you will find lot of time and naturally you won't be able to utilize that. When you are working and constantly feeling that I could not go and sit before the God, that is good. You are in reality going on remembering God. But if you go and sit before the God and without any engagement, you will sleep only. And you will get tired. Don't do that. So this is what the way. Now, some of in the ashrama, a group of volunteers are there. Then they come, they work, but all are getting registering for the as we all go for the retreat, but they don't register. Once I noticed and told, but you people are not registering, all the 12 of you. No, we are volunteers. And you are volunteers, but registration, all of you are in very good jobs, very good services. But still you are not paying $100, coming and working, of course, a little bit of arrangement, this and that. But in exchange, you are saving $100, right? This is not volunteer job. We are a worker. The worker, they get paid, and instead you are getting the food and accommodation, and also you are attending the program, but you are not volunteer. Volunteers are those who are coming and helping voluntarily. At the same time, if they are able to pay, they will pay. Why you are working? Because you love. So that is called volunteer. And then only you will get all the benefit. So these are the ways of devotion. The jnanas also. But ultimately, what happens when I realize God? Nitya utsava bhavat tesham, Nitya Sri, Nitya Mangalam. Nitya Utsava Bhavettesha. Utsava means when there is a celebration, all around people are so happy. The different type of celebration comes and people are so happy. So that is called Nitya Utsava. Within the heart, regularly, daily, every moment, that joy will be there. Nitya Sri, Nitya Mangalam. Sri means all culture, and it will be so beautiful, so the way the people will live after the realization, all will go to him or her only to get little solace. When the people come to them and talk to them, they get encouragement, they get peace, happiness. I went and so joy we got. Nitya Utsava Bhavettesha, Nitya Sri, Nitya Mangalam. Anyone helping them, serving them, listening to them, are getting the benefit. Ma Sarada Devi went to Bangalore. The language is completely different. And mother knew only Bengali, that to village Bengali. So many people, they are there. In Bangalore, people are very devoted. So they came and they were sitting. Mother is also sitting in a chair, looking at them, and they are also looking at the mother. No conversation because how she will speak. Then the Swami in chair over there, he thought that mother should speak something. So he sent someone who knew both the languages, Bengali and Karnataki, and he came and told mother that if you want, you can say something and I can translate it into the Karnataki language. The mother looked at him and said nothing. And then he told the devotees, if you want to say something, please tell me, I will translate it to Mother. Mother will give the answer. Then someone told, but we are conversing, no? We are having all our problems solved. Mother is talking with me. Whatever the thought, whatever the question, doubts arising, immediately it is getting solved in our own language. Mother is doing it. Nitya utsava bhavet tesham, nitya sri, nitya mangalam. When this type of people are there around them, if you go, you feel always encouraged and joy and happiness. Whoever came to Sri Ramakrishna, there was not a single moment of sorrow, all the time happiness. There was nothing, no food, no accommodation, very difficult to reach even there. But once you go and in the company of Sri Ramakrishna, you are in great joy. Constantly the joy, and the moment you come out, from something has happened, that you are dropped from the heaven like that. So what happens after realization of God? Satchidananda. And this, in the Bhagavad Gita, when the Arjuna is asking Sri Krishna, how this type of people live, how they talk, how they move, how I will know that they have realized God? Then the Sri Krishna is giving the description of Prajahati yada kaman. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmannevatmana tushta tarsya karjam na vidyate. Prajahati, again say Jahati. The one lady was asking me about the Jahati. Jahati means giving away. Jahati means Tyaga. Jahati means Sanyasa. The Jahati means giving up, giving away. What? Sada Kaman. Each and every desire, there is no desire left. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan. Not only kaman, sarvan kaman. No desire at all. Even that I will do good to others is also a desire. Though it is a good desire, but still this is a desire. This is also, so there is no desire left in the mind. And what remains? The Atman. The desires are only the waves that creates the problem that I cannot see the bottom. The moment the desires are not there, the water is completely clean and I can see the bottom of my mind. And what is the bottom? Satchidananda Rupa. Satchidananda Rupa. Existence, knowledge and bliss. And the bliss is from within. All the time happy. The one brahmachari joined and used to go and stand before a mirror and used to smile. So one day I noticed and said, hey, what are you doing? I am trying to understand who am I am searching. And then who is smiling? I told, doing here is okay, but don't do it outside. So they will send you to doctor. It's not external, it's all internal. You need not to do all those things. Inside the joy will come, you need not to feel who am I. That is that joy constantly. Love for others. Love for others will come. And that sacrifice, that whoever, anywhere is suffering, the tears will come in your eyes. Oh, why God? Why they are suffering like this? Why they can't understand this? Bless them, bless them, bless them. You will forget to pray for yourself. You will always forget for the other. Pray for the others. You will forget to pray for yourself. That is the greatest condition. You are so busy thinking about others and praying for others and going and constantly fighting with the mother. Why that man is suffering? Do something for him. Why that you are going and constantly doing like that, you forget about yourself. And that is called realization. And the Param Atma, Param means higher. The Sanskrit word Param means higher. The higher, the Atma. I have an Atma. Otherwise, who am I? Even an ant is also having an Atma. But the manifestation of the Atma is very less. Manifestation of the Atma in human being also different. Some human being, they only think about themselves. Some, they do good to others, but in exchange they want many things. You have to give vote, you have to praise, you have to, so many things will be there. We can do it, but in exchange you have to give this. But the only that manifestation when it comes in the heart and they go and pray for others, like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Shankaracharya. Shankara was a realized soul. And why he was traveling all the way in different places of India, all the places he has visited. In the eastern part he visited, in the western, in the southern and in the northern, all where. Why? To establish the religion. What is that religion? Vedic Dharma. Because the Buddhism, it came and it was not properly explained. Buddha didn't establish the Buddhism. He passed away then after many years, I think almost 100 years. And the followers, the group of people, they called a meeting and told, let us note down his teachings and start an organization. Then it was supported by the kings and spread it like wildfire. But we do not know actually what Buddha taught them. What was his teaching? But the Vedanta is not. And very recently, Sri Ramakrishna. So what we find in the life of Sri Ramakrishna? Only joy. What we find in the life of Ma Sharada? Only joy. But if you go and see and read the life of Ma Sharada Mani Devi, oh my God, so much suffering. Then when the Thakur passed away, she used to receive the 8 rupees from the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. Because that was the condition. As long as she lives, she will get. One, the Thakur's very close, his nephew, and also the mothers, of course, the mothers also very close, went all the way walking to Dakshineshwar from Kamarpukur only to tell, no, why you are spending so much money for a widow? She is not having the children, only single widow. And she is with us. The Jamindar should not waste so much of money. If the money was given to him, he would have been all right. Only 8 rupees. That was stopped. Thakur told the mother, see, after my passing away, you should not go and stretch your hand before anyone. Should not. Because the moment you are going and stretching your hand, you are losing your self-respect. You should not do that. Mother could not do that. Only one shadi. And with that she was managing 8 months. 8 months. In the day and night she used to go and bathe and come back because there was no other shadi. And for the food she used to grow some vegetables very close to the room where Sri Ramakrishna lived. And that was the food. She used to go and help the other's house. Ma, the mother of the universe, she used to go and help others in their housework and get some rice, boiling that rice and little bit of that. And that she was very happy. Without salt. The salt was very costly in India those days. That's why Gandhiji afterwards, Laban, Ain, Bhanga. So salt was only for the rich people. So no taste at all. Without salt. Can you imagine? Then when the news came The devotees, they sat to decide. Then someone told, okay, we will give her the 8 rupees. She was getting that, and with that it is sufficient. Swami Vivekananda stood up and said, never. 8 rupees? The moment we are giving to the mother, we should give like king. Minimum 20 rupees we have to give. Collect the 20 rupees. Otherwise, don't give. I will see how to collect it. Then only the people there, the 20 rupees then collected. And who is to go after giving the 20 rupees? The flow of people. Mother, we like to take prasad. Where from the prasad will come? Only 20 rupees. But mother never said anything. When she was only 18 years old, and she was coming from Jairambati to Dakshineshwar for the first time to Sri Ramakrishna, and she was not habituated to walk like the village girls, and it was so, she was having the pain and also the temperature, and she told, immediately all the neighbors and her relatives told, see, we have to cross this field, and this is, the dacoits are there in the evening, they will come. So you better come slowly and take your time. We will be waiting over there. Can you imagine how selfish they are? They left that young girl all alone. For the fear of the dacoits, they all left. Now we know the story. The dacoit came and he saw the goddess Kali, so etc. etc. And he became, the dacoit became his father. Dakat Baba. So he became the Baba. That is a different story. But one devotee asked, Mother, who are your neighbors and relatives who left you all alone? It is good that the Dakat came and saw you, Kali, and all these things happened. That's by the grace of God, you were saved. But how they could do it? Could they do it with their own daughter? Why they left you? Mother never wanted to tell this story to others, thinking that naturally the people will criticize the others also. So look at it. So what will happen? All the difficulties, the problems will come, but the joy within the heart will never leave. After the realization of the self, we are blessed. Why we are blessed? That no misery can touch me. How? Because my mind is completely attached with the God where no misery can reach. The feeling of misery won't be there, not at all. Feeling of misery is completely absent. Always in great joy, in happiness. Nityotsava bhavatesham nityasri nityamangalam. And now we become immortal. Amrit, the concept of the Amrit. What is that Amrit? That if you drink, you become immortal. Immortal as how? Physically? Physically, if you are immortal, that's a very difficult thing. So your friends will say goodbye, continue, and then their children will come and say, Uncle, okay then, see you in the next life. And the uncle is continuing. We cannot imagine that situation. My God, I am going on telling bye-bye and all are passing away. So what will happen to me? Like a banyan tree. I am just there, everybody coming and going away, again coming. And just like a banyan tree, I am rooted over there. No. It is not that Amrit. It is a wrong conception of Amrit. Amrit means, now Sri Ramakrishna, immortal. Why? Because he is living in the hearts of millions of people.
Immortality. Immortality.
Immortality. Jesus, 2000 years before the man passed away. And today also we are remembering him. If this is not immortality, what is immortality? So immortality means that conception where you are remembered by the millions of people and ages after ages. So after the God realization, what happens? Only great joy. And what about the worldly things? you will always get everything you want. After the realization of God, whatever you want, you will get. Whatever. Whatever you want to do, you can do. But the thing is, that time there will be no desire. Like the Buddha said, when I could eat, nobody offered. And now I cannot eat, all are offering. That means I don't have any desire. Now things are coming. The respect and all those things. Can you imagine? In Andaman, that I was only 45 or 47 years old, and there the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, in a meeting of hundreds of people, he touched my feet and said, I want the blessings of Swamiji. Can you imagine? How it happened? The last president of India, Pranab Mukherjee, he came and stayed with me for 7 days. We used to have the mudi and cha. Tea and mudi. 7 days, can you imagine?
In Chicago?
No.
Andaman Islands.
But they never met my brother. They never saw my brother. Suppose he goes to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he won't be able to go near. He won't be allowed to go. I gave up everything, I got everything. Will you believe so much of money I got and spent for the poor people? I went on giving money, but I never earned money. So I was telling in the morning that whatever the pranami I get, I always keep in an ashrama and then help. 12 students now, they are studying, I have studied, I give them money. And 12 elderly people, I help them money. And anyone that is possible, I give them money. Where from I get? From everyone they are coming and giving, and there is no problem for me. So like this is going on, sab chode sab pawe. But the thing is, if you think, oh, I should get this, I should get that, again God will go away. So that consciousness should be there. No. Oh God, I only want you. I will conclude with a beautiful story that happened in the life of Khoka Maharaj. That Swamiji was just like a child and he was very fond of tea. And what happened one day when he was somewhere in Uttarkashi somewhere, he fell sick. And in those days, who will take care? So he used to lie down on a big rock, and people, the villagers, they are bringing little food, he used to eat that. But slowly he was becoming very weak and weak. One day, he sat for meditation and he was complaining to Thakur. Thakur, you had your rich devotees, all the rich people, and the jamindars and all. And for me, my father was a very rich man. You took me from him. And now I am staying over here and nobody around and not a single room also. And I am suffering so much. Even in the morning I can't get a cup of tea. So he was complaining to Thakur. So what is that? I came for you and this is the thing that I am having. Then Thakur appeared before him. Khoka, you want rich people? I will bring them in line, they will come to you. They will give you everything you want. But I won't be there. The Khoka Maharaj immediately, he jumped up and said, no, let me die over here, but I want you and no one else. That's the Khoka Maharaj's realization. So that is the day. If you want, you get everything. But the problem is, the more you get this, the God goes out. So that we have to be very, very careful. So what we should do being householders, for monks is okay. What about the householders? We need a house. We need money to develop our family, protect our family, and also so many other responsibilities. What we should do? We should get both. This moment, oh my God, that should be the prayer. I am in this situation, in this condition, but I love you. I want to give my 100% to you, but at this moment I cannot. Because I have my responsibility, and this responsibility you have given to me. So I will continue this responsibility, but please don't forget me. And the last day, you must come for me. You must hold my hand. I should go with you. And you cannot say no on that day. That should be the prayer. জীবনের শেষ দিনে আমার হাত ধরো. The last day when I am going to die, I don't want anything else but you. You should come. He will come, for sure. There was a very low-caste person who used to clean the toilets of the Dakshineshwar. And he prayed like that. I don't want anything. Whatever the responsibility, duty, he never said, from this filthy work, place me somewhere else, give me, no. So whatever you pray, you get, for sure. But prayer should be always, I want you. Then you get everything. You get everything. So that is the love, that is the success of the spiritual life. And in the path of the knowledge, you are the maker of your own destiny, Swamiji said. If I am doing some good, moral work today, this time, I am going to be much higher in my next birth, that's for sure. And if I realize God now, I am free from the bondage of birth and death. So this is finally, both they are going and merging in the God. And what is God? Joy unlimited. Nitya Utsava Bhavatesham Nitya Sri Nitya Mangalam. Thank you, friends. Thank you, devotees. It was really, really very, for me,